Of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. Back to Conley. To the paint. O'Neal passes to Bogdanovich. And they pick up 2.
The effectiveness of Bogdanovich, able to work from anywhere and to get a good shot.
And there's a lot of talk about Gobert's rim protection, but his rebounding is every bit as important on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's finishing off defense. Once you force them to miss, you don't want to allow second chance opportunities. Rudy Gobert averaged over 10 defensive boards a game last year. That was the best numbers of his career and top 3 in the league.
54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Conley with it, outguarded by Simmons, and it's blocked by Simmons.
How about the balance and body control? Simmons able to send that one packing.
And the 76ers with some changes. Howard's checked in for Joel Embiid. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Danny Green. And it's Hill in for Curry. Utah also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for O'Neal. And it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. Favors can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here is Hill. Outside, Simmons. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And at 6'10", a player like Simmons, to handle the ball the way he does, that's just unfair.
Here's Clarkson. The Jazz again can't hit it. Now Thybulle. The pass to Hill. And here is Harris. He's covered by Bogdanovich. With 2 seconds left, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Just a solid all-around jump shooter. Tobias working over that mid-range area.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. 76ers on top. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Simmons is out there with Howard. Then there's Hill. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Milton in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. 4-point game. Now here is Hill. Milton kicks to Thybulle. Tipped away. 5 on the clock. Milton the pass to Hill. Fires the 3. Rebound, Utah. Here's Ingles. 1:07 left in the first half. Dishes it to Favors. Pass to Bogdanovich. And here is Ingles. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Ingles has got his first points of the game.
You can do a lot of things with Ingles offensively. He can initiate, he can play off the ball, and he can shoot it from anywhere on the floor.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And Maxey subbed in for Hill.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Now, here's Maxey. He's covered by Favors. Embiid. That one goes. Count it.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw tonight. And the 76ers with some changes. Harris comes in for Ben Simmons. And it's Seth Curry in for Shake Milton. And Utah also making a switch. Gobert, he's checked in for Derek Favors. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 5. .11 feet away. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the shot.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to... For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. They didn't... That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings. Gobert is out there with O'Neal. And it's Conley in at the 1.
And passes like that demonstrate the winning mindset Simmons has. A guy that wants to get his team involved. And you talk about the perfect veteran wing player. Danny Green's right at the top of that list. Solid defense, good shooter, and plays within himself.
Green dishes to Embiid. Yes, that goes in. Embiid's got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers.
The veteran presence of Danny Green keeping his eyes up, finding his teammate wide open.
O'Neal kicks to Mitchell. And then Mitchell hit the dunk.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Green, the pass to Embiid. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Embiid's got 7 points.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Mitchell wide open. Second chance shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Embiid.
The length of Gobert causes the defense plenty of problems. He's very clever at drawing fouls on his shots.
And the Jazz with some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Royce O'Neal. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Mike Conley. And he makes the first.
What you have to love about Gobert, he's improved across the board. We're even seeing it at the line.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Green. And George Hills subbed in for Simmons. Harris outside.
Favors uses every inch of his frame to his advantage on defense. He is a physically imposing player who makes shooters uneasy.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. 76ers lead by 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving, You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Curry. Korkmaz is out there with Harris. Then it's George Hill, and it's Howard in at center. Harris with it. He gets it in there.
A big part of what makes Harris a more physical player right now is he has filled out his frame, and he is able to finish through contact.
Mitchell against Hill, and stolen by Harris. There's Korkmaz inside. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Count that one.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're in front by 3. We've got 1:08 left to play in the final quarter. And some changes here for the 76ers. Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Korkmaz. And it's Ben Simmons in for George Hill. Royce O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. Conley now comes in for Joe Ingles. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Simmons, the bounce pass. Embiid, no good. And so Gobert will bring it up for Utah. It's a one-point game.
The youngster's not going to buckle or fold. Donovan Mitchell is not afraid of the moment.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 1. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out. And they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
The Jazz making a switch here. Bogdanovich just checked in.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Utah calls timeout. They're down by 1. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
These are the plays that people remember. I can't wait to see what he has devised.
Mitchell against Curry. And here is Mitchell. Conley left side. Over Simmons. It falls!
Conley is used to these tight spots, just keeping calm and drilling the shot.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with a